This is definitely going to be a very short episode this week because there's not a whole lot of stuff I've been really consuming. I've been traveling. You don't really care. I want to talk to you about a new podcast that just came out. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know how obsessed I am with podcasts in general. I listen to it way too much, and I get filled with an amazing amount of anxiety when my unlistened to queue gets to be way too large. This is a podcast hosted by Dylan Marron, and it's entitled Conversations with People Who Hate Me. If you don't know who Dylan Marron is, he has done a whole bunch of videos online. You may have stumbled across them on Facebook or on YouTube. And they usually deal with what will be affectionately called as SJW content, or basically social justice content. I am a huge fan of Dylan Marron. He's also the voice of Carlos on the podcast Welcome to Night Vale. So if you're into like weird, odd, and bizarre like sci-fi horror concepts, listen to Welcome to Night Vale if you're not one of the millions of people who already listens. He definitely does not hide the fact that he is gay, that he is himself a kind of a minority in that sense. And in this, he takes comments that were left on his actual videos. People like say that they hate them, or that he's a piece of shit, or even worse things than that, and calls them up and has a conversation with them over Skype. And while there's only been one episode that was released, I am loving this show quite a bit, because it shows that if you have an open conversation, these two people may not necessarily agree with one another, but they can still treat others or each other as human beings, where they can say, I respectfully disagree, but I don't hate you. I don't want you to die, but we can respectfully disagree with one another. I really think you should go and check it out. Like I said, it's called Conversations with People Who Hate Me. It's hosted by Dylan Marron. I'm a big fan. I can't wait to listen to more of this, because he's adorable. Dylan Marron's a great person and a great guy, and his heart's in the right place. And I think by having these conversations, he's kind of making it a better place. He's showing that in Trump's America, as divisive as we might be, that there is ways to come together. Go check it out. I totally didn't film these two things in the same day, but at least I moved my car. I want to talk about Game of Thrones Season 7, Episode 3. I really like this episode a whole lot, and because I think it's bookended very beautifully by two of the most important scenes of the series. Well, one of the most important scenes, and I think just one of the best scenes of the entire show. We started off by having that meeting with Daenerys and Jon Snow, and this is something that the whole entire thing has been building towards. This whole story has been moving towards since episode 1. So to finally see them in the same room was so satisfying, and it's so great that they have the chemistry to actually pull it off and feel like grand. Yeah, my car is beeping at me here. 1 second. Let me just open the door so it doesn't drain the battery. I got a new car. I'm figuring things out. And I like that they gave it enough time to really feel the weight of that place. And we see these characters that haven't seen each other for a while, or haven't seen each other at all, really coming to grips with this is now finally Daenerys from the east and Jon from the north, really coming into contact with one another and trying to figure out, where do they go from here? Do we try and conquer the kingdom, or do we really have to worry about that external threat that's coming? And it is going to come, and trying to convince people that there is something to actually worry about. I'm very interested to see where this goes from here, but I really loved that moment. There's some other stuff, obviously, that happens in the middle, and there's some good progression, but that ending scene with Jaime and the Queen of Thorns is so beautiful. Diana Rigg is so great. I want a Queen of Thorns in my life. I want a sassy old lady just to follow me around and give me life advice, because she kills it. as her dying breath is coming out of her, she sticks it to somebody just because she can. I'm really interested to see where this goes from. I think this is the catalyst to see which way Jaime is going to fall. I think that there has definitely been foreshadowing, and this is not book knowledge, so I'm not spoiling anything. There has definitely been foreshadowing from the very beginning that Jaime and Cersei are probably going to come to blows, and I'm thinking Jaime is going to kill Cersei eventually, and that's going to rip him apart, because this is the person that he loves more than anything, but she has now become a monster. And he started off by pushing a kid out of a tower, and yet that doesn't seem as bad as what Cersei has become. And I think this is showing that we all thought that, or the characters thought it was Tyrion who did this, but really it was this older woman trying to gain power and influence. So we'll see when Cersei knows this knowledge, how she takes it. And I'm going to feel that she still wants to kill Tyrion just because. That's a lot of meandering. I'm just saying that acting alone was enough for this episode to be one of the best that the entire series has done. And I'm really excited to see where it goes. Again, you're always going to be a week ahead of me, so the episode 4 would have just come out yesterday when this gets released, which I'm about to go and watch right now with some friends. I'm going to enjoy some pork cutlets that I just bought, or pork loin that I bought at the store. So, 3 things. Go and listen to Conversations with People Who Hate Me. Let me know what you think about Game of Thrones down below. And enjoy pork. Not a paid sponsorship.